Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to your biology class. And we are having the discussion on the plant reproduction, and we have already discussed about several modes of asexual reproduction. Now, two topics are left: spore formation and the last one, which is vegetative propagation, or you can say vegetative reproduction. So, let's start today's class. Spores are very minute unicellular asexual reproductive bodies which get dispersed and form new individuals on germination. They occur in bacteria, many protists, algae, and fungi. Spores are motile in some aquatic forms. They are called zoospores. For example, Eulothrix is an algae. In most cases, they are non-motile. Eulothrix spores are non-motile and covered by thick, resistant walls and cysts. The most resistant of all spores are endospores of bacteria. In case of rhizopus or bread mold, the spores are nearly always present in the air, so that moist bread left in the open zone gets covered by the fungus. The fungus has a number of threads called hyphae. Some of the hyphae are aerial and bear terminal black blob called sporangia. These blob-on-stick structures are called sporangiophores. Each sporangium contains numerous dark-colored spores or sporangiospores. The wall of the mature sporangium cracks open to expose the spores. The exposed spores are picked up by air and dispersed. They germinate after falling on a suitable substratum, giving rise to a new mycelia. So, this is all about the spore formation in Rhizopus bread mold. Now, what are advantages of spore formation? The organism does not need male and female reproductive organs. Organisms do not waste their energy unnecessarily in producing male and female gametes. Large numbers of spores are produced in one sporangium. Spores do not require any medium for dispersal. Now, the last mode of asexual reproduction is vegetative propagation. This is formation of new plants from the vegetative parts of the plant, like leaves, roots, stems, buds, etc. It is type of asexual reproduction as there is no fusion of gametes, meiosis is absent, and origin is uniparental. Vegetative reproduction is of two types, natural and artificial. Both the techniques are used in propagation of ornamental, medicinal, horticultural, agricultural, and other economically important plants. Natural methods of vegetative propagation. They are methods of plant multiplication with the help of vegetative or somatic propagules that occur naturally in plants. Now, what about vegetative propagation by roots? Roots of some plants develop adventitious buds which grow to form new plants. For example, sweet potato, asparagus, dahlia, etc. Now, vegetative propagation naturally occurs through stems also. Stolons, runners, suckers, rhizomes, combs, bulbs, stem tubers, these all are the aerial stems, and vegetative propagation takes place through this. Banana, ginger, turmeric, potato are grown with the help of small pieces of underground stems bearing a few buds. So naturally vegetative propagation is occurring in the environment through roots and stems. Now we will learn about artificial modes of propagation. They are methods developed by horticulture industries for rapid multiplication of plants with the help of specific vegetative parts which have been developed by horticulture industries. Periods suitable for artificial vegetative propagation are spring and rainy season. Several methods are involved here, like cutting off the important or desirable parts of the plant and then putting that part on a freshly new plant which is known as stalk, and scion is the desired cut portion from the previous plant, and adding this stalk and scion we can produce new desirable plant, and that's why this is artificial. So cutting, layering or grafting, and these all are the terms used by the horticultural industries to artificially propagate a new desirable plant. So what is now stalk and scion? Scion is the component, the upper part of the composite plant which is grafted, and stalk is the basal portion on which scion or grafting is carried out. Scion characteristics are it has a shoot system with desired traits, and stalk has a strong and extensive root system. Scion provides better and high quality yield of flowers and fruits, whereas stalk provides good anchorage, proper water and minerals. So scion is the desirable part and stalk is the basal part. So by adding the stalk and scion we can artificially produce new desired plant, and this is known as artificial propagation or artificial vegetative propagation. So students, this includes the all types of asexual modes of reproduction, and from the next class, next video session, we will talk about the sexual mode of reproduction. So I hope the entire asexual reproduction is now clear to you. Thank you.